Good afternoon, folks. I'm going to have a go at doing a bit of a test with my new little ultrasonic cleaner. I've got an old rear brake caliper here. Managed to pull it apart. I haven't pulled the piston out. I'm just going to see how it goes. I do have the other bits here that I've managed to disassemble. Just see how it cleans up. I'm probably going to try this in just using some CT18 truck wash first. I've managed to find a little glass bowl that everything fits in nicely, so I don't have to use as much product. God help me if the missus finds out. Say a prayer for me. But anyway, we'll give it a little run, see how things come up. Still a bit hot at the moment because I had to use the heat gun to get some of these bits out. You can see it's not real pretty. But anyway, we'll see how it comes out. I'm going to give it a few runs, and the CT18, I'm going to try not to get water down in the piston area. And if the CT18 and CT18 truck wash doesn't work, we might have a bit of a go with some terps and a few other things. Anyway, I've just boiled some water, so we'll put some hot water in there, get it up to temp, mix up a bit of CT18 and probably give this thing 20 minutes and see how it comes out. Anyway, talk then. Bye. Okay, so that's 20 minutes. We're on about 61 degrees according to the machine. That's from the hot water that I put in there. We can see the difference between the clear hot water and inside the dish where I put the truck wash. Definitely a big difference. And now for the moment of truth. Did it actually clean anything? Well, certainly hasn't got it all off, but some parts there are definitely... Oh, drop the bloody thing. Let's try that again. It's a bit too hot for me to grab. But yeah, some of those parts are definitely cleaner than when they went in. I'm going to give it a quick rinse and hit it with a toothbrush. From what I've read, even some of the stuff will come off a bit easier now. So give me a quick minute to give that a quick tidy up with the toothbrush, and we'll see how she looks. Rightio folks, so this is 20 minutes in. Did it clean it perfectly? No, it did not. Still a bit of grime in there, but you can see those top bits that were sticking out are still quite a bit dirtier than the bottom half, which has actually come up pretty bloody good. I have hit that a little bit with some Scotch-Brite toothbrush and touched it up a little bit with a wire brush here and there, but as you can see, it's even taken the texture off the end here where I had what bike this part was off. I didn't have the whole thing dipped in. The top half here was sticking out, and that's obviously a lot dirtier than the rest of it. So it's definitely done something there. We might give that a bit more of a run. But some of these other parts, the nipple here, that was absolutely filthy. That's come out quite bloody clean. Clean inside too by the looks. So that's cleaned up very, very well. Same as the holding pin here. That was actually black, believe it or not. So it's not perfect, but it's a damn sight better than what it was. You can still see a little bit of the blackness on the end there, but considering I haven't actually touched that at all, that's come up pretty bloody good. And I also ran the couple of rubber parts through there. Again, down in here is not completely clean, but it's a damn sight better than it was. And this little doovalucky here is pretty bloody good. So we might chuck the caliper and that pin in for a bit longer, maybe at a slightly different angle. Let's see how it goes. It's definitely not perfect, but it's considering how little scrubbing I've had to do, I would say that's pretty bloody good. Anyway, we'll give it another 20 minutes and see what happens when we come back. Catch. So, another 20 minutes. Definitely getting there slowly. Still not perfect, just a little bit of grime, but if you recall the last video, these bits here were all still pretty grubby. They were sticking out of the water the first time, and this time I put them under. looking better. A little bit still stuck in here. I am doing it in this little glass container here, which you can see is absolutely bloody filthy in there. So I think we've got the bulk of it off. I might try just dropping this thing straight into the ultrasonic cleaner in the little basket that's supplied, of course. So we can get the whole thing under. I did notice the vibrations in the ultrasonic cleaner didn't seem to be going through the glass perhaps as well as they should, but that is awfully thick glass. So you'd expect some deadening there. Even though I've heard glass is a good thing. So we might just chuck some truck wash straight in there, give it another 20 minutes, and we'll see what we... Okay, so we've had about another half an hour in there, just straight in the water with just CT18, which is that stuff if you don't know what it is. So nothing really harsh. Didn't get a hell of a lot more dirt off on this last run. It is definitely a bit cleaner. It's certainly a lot cleaner than it was to start off with. It's not perfect, but I think that's pretty serviceable now. One thing I have noticed is even the areas that aren't getting really clean, I've just been giving them a quick touch up with a bit of Scotch-Brite and everything else. Dirt seems to be coming off a bit easier. I think I'll call that quits there now though. Still a bit of muck in there, but considering you couldn't even read those numbers down the bottom when I started this, that's pretty good. I'm just going to give this thing a bit of a blow off with some compressed air, chuck a bit of metho down and behind the piston there just to make sure it's nice and dry, and the pins come up really good. That came up one of the better parts, I think. Again, not 100% perfect, there's a bit of discoloration and stuff on the end here, but I think that's just the way it is. But all the threads and everything are quite clean. So yeah, they do something. Not the be all to end all, but that's a damn sight better than what it was. So yeah, maybe worth $100 or whatever. Looking forward to chucking a few more bits in there and playing around with some different solvents. See how we go. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. See yous.